In the game of loans, you either win or you learn. Welcome to the game of loans, where fortunes are forged and empires are built. Your hosts, lords of lending and wholesaling, are here to guide you through the realm of real estate and wealth building. Brace yourselves, cash flow is coming. So Mike, I don't know, I know you follow me on social media. Mm-hmm. And you know that I'm one of the few people that's not on the Airbnb gravy train, right? I'm not a proponent of it. I actually speak out against it, right? And even my last one was against it, that did really well. And I think I got some pushback from people that are doing well on Airbnb. Mm-hmm. And what I tried to explain to them is, you guys aren't comparing apples with oranges. You're telling me you bought a fucking house in 2015 and it's kicking ass? Yes. The house you bought in fucking 2015 or pre-pandemic sure as shit better be kicking ass, right? Because of the price point. And I think that because of the price points of what's happening today, Airbnbs, in my opinion, don't make sense. What is your take on it?
Yeah,
from the position that you're in.
Let me return that with a question. That's all really good and pretty accurate, especially when it comes to buying a few years back when the rates were lower and the price range was lower. Do you believe that right now in this market, somebody can go and find a really good deal to flip a house?
No.
Wow. Do you believe that somebody right now can build a new construction house and make money?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that on the flip side, because the rates are where they are, there's not that much opportunity.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, in my opinion, you're wrong. In any market,
okay,
if you look hard enough, you will find a good deal.
True.
For Airbnb, to flip, to build, for whatever you want it. Now, I'm not saying it's the common or it's right over there. Right now, there are Airbnb units here in Nashville that are listed at $825, 4 bedrooms, making $76,000 a year. Offer $725. Some of them are taking it and moving on. So it's just not just because something is listed high and the rates are high. Like go ahead and offer $750 and get the rates like freaking in the fours. With a buy down. So there are ways that if you really wanted to do it, but it's not as common as when. 2015. Yeah, it's not. So it's like,
so I agree with you.
You really have to look hard. Same with a flip. I can still find a house. As a matter of fact, I would almost do a challenge right now. I would open up the MLS. Mm-hmm. I open up the MLS and I can find a deal that I make money flipping the house. Okay. But I'm not going to pay asking price. I'm going to find a flip that I see that I can add square footage to it, that doesn't have a bedroom in the master, that I can add it to it, that's been in the market for 65 plus days. Mm. And I'm going to come in freaking 75, 80K under. And I'm going to see what they paid for, because obviously most people are not going to lose money. But I can do the math. Okay, if the agents get paid this and they make $5,000-$10,000, I mean, let's give it a shot. Like, you will find a deal in any economy. You'll be able to find a deal, whether it's new construction, flip, or Airbnb. So that'll be my answer. It's hard to find. Yes. Is it out there? Absolutely.
I agree with you. I'm going to change the question. Mm-hmm. So again, I think you have these gurus out there who are telling people to concentrate on Airbnbs and stuff like that. My opinion on Airbnb is that you can find an ROI that's better if you get into an alternative in the Airbnb game, like glamping.
I mean, honestly,
like different things.
Yes and no. It's the thing is this, like, I have a client. The guy's in tech. He's actually from Afghanistan. Okay. He owns Airbnbs here in Nashville, like 3 over there. This dude was making $140,000 a year on a 4-bedroom unit. Everybody else that owned in that complex was making 65, 75. Actually, the other day, a friend of mine told me he made 35 last year, and this dude's making 140. He doesn't have a property manager. He manages himself, and he will sell it eventually and stuff. So it's like, there's so many factors about what's going to make your Airbnb unit win. It's not just like the location. It's just like, how good is your property manager that's going to manage it? Because property managers, man, they will tell you what you want to hear. They're like the worst first date. Like literally, they'll tell you, oh yeah, 150,000 you're gonna make in it. And I always tell my clients that are buying, when they tell you that, can you ask him for them to show you a unit that's similar that they're managing right now that's making those numbers in this market? Crickets. Crickets. Yeah. And that's like they don't. They just want to get the unit, and they know that the client's most likely going to stay with them. A lot of people invest in Airbnb. They're really busy. They're pretty wealthy. They sometimes don't even know what they're making until a year goes by, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we lost money. What is it? Oh, we just had an off year in Airbnb. Okay, let's give it another year." Meanwhile, the property manager is making bank because they're still making their gross 15 to 24% like that they're charging. So, I mean, yes. I agree with you in the sense, for example, I own a commercial property that right now is an Airbnb. It's a house. And I got weary of it, and I'm letting somebody else do Airbnb in it. And they're paying me enough rent that I can cover mortgage, taxes, insurance, all the utilities, and a couple $100 cash flow. My goal is I'm going to tear that down eventually. And I was going to build 6 Airbnbs in there. Mm-hmm. Well, that was like a year and a half ago. Right now, what I want to do is now mixed use. I want to do potentially commercial in the bottom, office or whatever, and then maybe units in the top, maybe 4 units in the top, opposed to just like, I am not as confident, and I wouldn't recommend my clients to go all in or Airbnb in any market. It's a very volatile industry. You know what I mean? It's like
it's a tough. They're battling. Hotels.
Well, good that you mentioned, because the numbers in Nashville are down. Everybody knows. Well, they've added like 8,300 hotel rooms in Nashville. Now, it's a different crowd, they say. And it is true. Like the people that want to stay in Airbnb are different, but they're also looking at hotels. They look at Airbnb and they also look at hotels. So it's like.
But also the saturation in the market, right?
Yeah, a lot of units.
A lot of units. Mm-hmm. And that's, I think.
4,000 or 5,000 Airbnb units in Nashville before there were 900.
Right. And that's, so and so the cannibalism that's happening in that is tough.
Yeah, but then it's somewhat offset by the amount of tourism growth that we have. Like every year, there's a couple million.
Listen, like you said,
people come in.
I think you can find.
It's like downtown. Like then why would they keep opening downtown bars?
Well,
there's a reason why. They're gonna open one, another one. Who's the latest artist that's gonna open? Jelly Roll. It's about to open one. Well, if he was already saturated and there was no money to be made, they wouldn't be doing that. Obviously, know that this is just get a royalty for his name, like everybody else down there. Not his bar.
I think
he's got his name on it.
I think you're right. You can always find a deal. I just think that to go into it, buy shit at market, it's just not worth it today.
You could also build. I have a piece of land right now that I can build 3 Airbnbs over there. So they're gonna cost me maybe $450 all in each. Well, I'll probably make money even on low years.
Right.
You know what I mean? 3 bedrooms, like 3 bathrooms, like units or whatever.
It has to do with cost basis. You're right.
But it's just like the traditional, like, oh, I'm just gonna follow the guru and I'm going to buy an Airbnb in Nashville. I have listings right now that make sense that are still in the market.
Right.
You know what I mean? Literally, I have listings right now. Yeah, they might not be an asking price, but if you go a little bit lower, my guys will play ball.
Right.
Everybody's ready to play ball. Like, let's go.
Like I actually agree with you. I think that if you're going to take a chance today, whether it's commercial or whether it's Airbnb, this is the fucking right time to do it, because everybody is taking an ass kicking today, right? You know better than me. It's just in certain markets.
But I'm getting to a point that I'm considering taking a sabbatical from investing, which that's never happened to me since I became an investor. I'm being like, maybe I'll just like clear out my inventory that I have that I'm building right now, and then finish a house that we're building in Tulum. It's also like, that's the other side of Airbnb too. There's a lot of clients that want to give it personal use.
Right.
Like my 38 Airbnb, I break even, make a couple $1,000 cash flow. I love to go there.
Right.
I love to, and it appreciated because I bought it cheap.
Right.
I bought it at $525 and it's now $1,050,000.
Right.
So I have a ton of money in equity, which again is, variable here and there, but like I love to go there.
Yeah.
So like if you go in it like that, then there's a lot of people buying Airbnb. So it's not just like looking at it, analyzing it from strictly an investment perspective. Actually, I have a lot of people like they just love Nashville. They want to come here and they want to offset
their payments.
We return on life.
So if
ROI, ROL.
Listen. I think if people get into it that way, it's still sound. But I'm going to stick to it though.
Yeah.
I think
That's just because you're a little bitch on it.
I am a little bitch. And I think, I still think that the experience Airbnb, whether it's glamping or fucking tree homes or this and that, from me seeing those numbers and seeing the ROIs on those numbers, is fucking, you can't beat them. These motherfuckers are putting up glamping, tents for fucking $12,000 and they're charging anywhere from $250 to $500.
Oh yeah, one of my friends asked one of the most successful glamping here in Tennessee. We should bring him here.
Let's do it.
Yes,
I'd love to.
Yeah, I'll bring him over. I'd love to.
And we'll pick his brain.
Yeah.
But like, I think if you speak to your friend, he's putting up glamping. Even 15,000. Do the numbers. You put a tent up for 15 G's. You rent it out for $250.
Well, it's a little bit more than that. You have they have septic, site prep. You have all the things, but yeah.
But it's still not building a house. It's not building a house, right? And for the price of putting up 20 fucking tents and the septic and shit, and those bringing in cash flow, it could be the cost of one fucking house.
Oh, absolutely.
So now,
great. And you have it's like having a small multifamily.
Correct.
It's like
so having a small
different, more source of income.
So I think going into 2025, and I'm going to stick to this. No, unless you're going to invest in the experience Airbnb, I think it's fucked.
The thing is this: you can give people an experience even with a regular Airbnb. You can make it an experience. I know, but people just they get lazy or they just simply don't have the information. They think I'm gonna buy an Airbnb; it's gonna make me money. But friends in the Dominican, oh, dude, you see this unit in Punta Cana for $70,000? We should buy it, put it in Airbnb. I'm like, bro, that's like half an hour from the beach.
Right.
That is not a product made for the Airbnb crowd. That's for the average guy that lives in Punta Cana, that works at a hotel, and they've been saving to buy a condo, whatever. That's like their place. This is not gonna make you any money in Airbnb. Just because you put something on Airbnb doesn't mean it's gonna make you a shit ton of money.
I agree, but I'll tell you where I do think that there's opportunity even here in Nashville, and what I think is missing in the market, and what a lot of the investors are missing, is the short-term executive leasing.
Oh, short-term executive leasing.
Anywhere between 1 month to a year.
Yeah.
And that is something that the guys that are doing it are killing it, and they're keeping it a secret.
Okay.
And a lot of other people aren't doing it. And I'll tell you where you could get them. You have a lot of as Nashville is growing, the medical field is growing exponentially, leaps and bounds. And you have a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists that are coming here. They're not looking to move here, but they need that short-term executive lease. Then the market, the fucking airport is exploding, bro.
Yep.
Right? And the more flights that are coming here, and the more that this becomes a hub, you're going to need room for the stewardess.
We've gotten some that have called for
you're
some
need
more
the
properties.
pilots, right? And the guys that take advantage of that, the real estate investors that take advantage of that, they're the ones that are going to win in 2025, in my opinion.
Love it. That's great advice.
Yeah. You've been listening to The Game of Loans, where real estate battles are fought and won. Make sure to fortify your defenses by subscribing. Cash flow is coming, and we'll be back next time to help you claim your throne. The war of wealth continues.